Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about why Amazon FBA shipping rates, well, not just Amazon FBA, but all shipping rates in general have been just outrageous this year in the last year. And what you can do about that. Is Amazon FBA still viable? How can you even ship things at this rate and still profit? So what we're going to be talking about today. Be sure to stick around till the end and be sure to like and subscribe down below. But without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so just starting with a quick article that will summarize this really well. China's shipping container costs hit all-time highs and shortage will further push up prices in coming months. I wanted to cover a little bit of the backstory of this and what's going on. A really good way to summarize this is shipping prices for a 40-foot container. As we can see, basically from 2016 all the way to the beginning of 2020, before March of 2020 essentially, about $1,500 to ship something. It would bounce around between $1,200, $1,700, $1,500. It's kind of averaging. I mean, we could see all of this right here. This is astronomical. Now, this is coming from a lot of different things. We could see the price now for a 40-foot container, September of 2021, $10,377, all-time high, significantly higher than what it used to be. We're talking almost 10x what it used to cost to ship something from China to the West Coast of the United States. It was a really poor timing with a lot of the containers being stuck in the US, all these orders coming back in after shipping routes were slowing down because of COVID, and then the people that needed to ship in China to the US didn't have the containers. So we're waiting for containers to come back to China from being stuck at ports, and now more and more orders are coming in while this is happening, and we get this huge spike because everything's backed up. There's not enough people working at the ports. The LA port is at 160% capacity. Even if we had more ships and more containers coming in, there's a big infrastructure problem, right? It's not like we're out of space in the ocean or anything like this. It's just really poor timing with a lot of things. And we're gonna see that backlash happen for a while until this gets sorted out. What can we do as Amazon FBA sellers during this time to still be, you know, entrepreneurs always have a way of working around problems, and how can we incorporate some of our entrepreneurial views? How can we take advantage of this situation? That's always, you know, Ray Dalio, some of the great minds financially have always taught me to look at problems as some of the best times to make money. So let's head over to Amazon. I'm going to be showing you what you should be doing and what kind of products you should be selling during this time. If it's even viable, how does this affect us as Amazon sellers? So we're here on Amazon, and what I would say, just to kill any fluff surrounding this, would be sell things that are smaller. For so long, it's so funny, we had this trend of like products getting bigger and bigger. Well, guess what? If you can sell something for $49.99 and that product is this big, or you can sell something for $49.99 and that product is this entire shelf, which one's going to have better margins? Well, if shipping's 10 times more expensive, this is going to take up a lot more room inside of a shipping container than this would. Okay, now I'm not saying sell iPhones, but you get the point that I'm making. So there's one thing that we can do, right? On Amazon, when you're doing your product research, you can start looking for smaller products. One of the easiest ways to do that would probably be to head over to your product research tool. And of course I'm signed out. Head into your product research tool, and then there's something that we could change within here, right? When we look at the weight, we look at the size tier, go ahead and put a maximum weight of a pound or 2 pounds, right? And then when you're selecting the kind of products you want to see, go standard, nothing oversized. What that's going to do is it's going to lead you to products that maybe fit in a box that's, you know, this big. I'm estimating 1 pound and it's standard size. It's got to be pretty much this big. So if we come over to Amazon, this is something that really grabbed my attention. Okay, we have something like this, 5-tier wall-mounted shelves, $16. What's going on there? Well, why don't we start thinking about assembly by customer with a really high quality instruction manual? If you do have products that are in a bigger market and you're currently assembling them and you have these huge boxes, maybe pivot periodically with a variation or with your main SKU and have the assembly happen from the customer to reduce your packaging size. Okay, you take down your volume, your shipping cost is going to go down. You could fit more boxes into the same 40-foot container, then your cost per unit is going to go down. There's basically two things that you can do to survive on Amazon during a time of really high shipping prices. You can sell new products that are small, and you could downsize your existing products into more and more efficient packaging, whether that means your customer assembles it or you take a look at how your packaging is currently configured and is it the most economical way of shipping that product, or you can increase your prices on Amazon. One thing I've been noticing on markets that I sell in currently is that my competitors' prices are not going down like you would normally see in a market as it gets more competitive. They're going up. And this is doing something really unique for your ability to sell in a market, because when everyone consistently sees the same issue, it affects everyone evenly. Prices have to go up to reflect what used to be profitable as a product going into that market. Take a look at your current configuration of packaging. Is it the most efficient that it can be? If you have a product that's large, can we unassemble it and make the customer assemble it with a high quality instruction manual? As we're scaling our brands through this time, can we look for small products that we can still charge a high amount for? Can you think of it in a completely new business? Is this a good time for you to get into a space where you have a subscription-based product on Amazon and you're growing a real high-quality brand that sells competitive products and you have a completely new view on it, right? Don't just stick to that old model and really cling to one thing that has worked for you extremely well. Look out a little bit and look at other opportunities. One thing that this has done for me is it's changed the way that I look at branding. It's changed the way that I look at being able to pivot, right? When you have all your eggs in one basket, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to watch that basket, right? I think Warren Buffett says that. Don't let this kind of thing sneak up on you. You should be looking at this. Don't just turn a blind eye and just not think about it and hope it goes away. How can we as entrepreneurs evolve through a time of outrageous shipping prices and start to thrive in this kind of environment? Because if you can thrive in this environment, guess what's going to happen when shipping prices eventually start to come back down, right? If something goes up, it's going to come back down. We're not going to see shipping prices go like this, right? There will be a resolve here at the end. Once we get we catch up in orders, containers are back to where they should be, more people are working at the ports, things are getting checked in sooner, we should see shipping prices come back down. That's what I'm hoping on, but I'm also not counting on that happening to fix my business. I'm looking at what I can do currently, and you should be doing the same. So what I would do is what I just said over the course of this video. Look at your packaging. Can we make it any smaller? If you can't, can we launch some new variations of products that work for us in a more effective packaging that's making up for some of the loss we might be seeing on the margins of this product? Can we add variations that are smaller, cheaper, with better margins, or smaller and more expensive? That would be the best way to go. And then secondly, raise your prices, right? Just raise your prices with your competition. We should be seeing across Amazon, I'm seeing this in my markets, prices are going up, not down, which is a good thing. Everyone's in a similar situation, prices are going up. So that's making up for a little bit of it. And then lastly, look at Amazon with a new pair of lenses on, right? Supplements, small products that you can charge more for. What are some issues in this market? What are some branding potentials in this market? Is there a place where you have an extreme advantage over what competitors are doing? Do you work out consistently every day and take a certain supplement that only you know about and your friends are always asking you about it? What is some insight that you have that you can build a product around on Amazon, build a brand around on Amazon? Start thinking a little bit bigger. A lot of the times when you put something under pressure, you get a diamond out of it. So that's the way that I'm looking at this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I just wanted to cover a couple simple things that I'm doing within my Amazon FBA business right now, whether it's raising prices, reconfiguring packaging, or looking at new opportunities on Amazon to sell smaller products, maybe subscription-based products, or something where people recognize the brand and the value around it. Hopefully you got some value out of that. But anyway, be sure to subscribe down below. Be sure to like for me and help to get this video out to more people. Other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much. Later.